Okay, this is job 24700. It's called Talus Wood Apartments. It's out in Mountain Lake Terrace, and we're looking at this job for David Jones at Urban Complex. David got our information from another vendor of ours, and so he shared our information. And this is a pretty good looking project. It's got basically just concrete. We're looking at these apartments. We're looking at a concrete pad that needs to be put in. We're looking at new concrete sidewalk, and then we're also looking at new ADA ramps at the intersection. So there's going to be some traffic control involved. There's going to be, which I'm going to exclude. I'm going to exclude the traffic control. I'm going to exclude the landscape renovation because they will handle all of that. We're basically getting hired potentially to come in, do this concrete pad, do the concrete sidewalk, and then put in these ADA ramps. So I'm going to try to walk you through the drawings, and then I'm also out here on the site as well and want to show you what it looks like out on the property. This is existing property, and there's renovations that are being done to this property. So on sheet L 1.0, kind of shows a nice description of what's going on here. Actually, this is one page, but I'm going to show you another page where there's existing sidewalk that comes from the parking lot, and it goes up to the building, the clubhouse, and they are putting in a new doorway at the clubhouse right here, and right now there isn't one. So we'll end up removing the concrete that's existing there right now, and then pouring in new concrete sidewalk, and then making it a little bit wider, and pouring it all the way up to the door. Okay, and I'll end up showing you what that is. The dimensions on that, I'll end up giving you what the removal is of the concrete. And then on a second video, once I do all the takeoffs for the new quantities, I'll show you what that is. Actually, I probably won't do a video. I'll just put in the notes as far as what the new placement is, okay? Okay, so on L 1.0, you'll see a little close-up here. It says limit of new concrete. Clean saw cut at all existing concrete edges to remain. So we'll end up cutting here and cutting right about in this area here where that arrow is pointing. And I'll show you what it looks like. Removing the existing sidewalk that's there and then pouring in this new sidewalk. Looks like our concrete is 4-inch depth with 4-inch depth crushed rock base. So we'll end up taking out the existing concrete that's there, and we'll probably take out an additional 4 inches, put in some compacted crushed rock, so that way we know we got a nice base in there, and then 4 inches of concrete. The existing is exposed aggregate, so we'll end up probably putting back the same exposed aggregate. All right, and that's just on that sidewalk. And then there's an area in the back of the property that I'm going to show you where it's broom finish. It also looks like they want some tool joints put into the concrete that are 30-inch, 36-inch square. Okay. Well, it looks like that. Then it says 15 feet max. Oh, that's the whole thing there. So we have to put in these tool joints that are 36-inch square. These are tool joints. See detail the sheet for areas larger than 5 feet center pattern with partial squares along perimeter. Medium broom finish, okay? So I take that back. It says in the notes to do a medium broom finish, not exposed aggregate. That detail, by the way, is on L 1.1. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you the clubhouse work that's right here in the front for the sidewalk, and then on the back is where this big concrete patio is going in. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. As I was scrolling through these pages, I wanted to show you just outside the entrance is where the intersection is out here. And that's where we're going to be putting in new ADA ramps. This work is being done in October, roughly is what they said. They're staging on the property too. There's multiple areas where the contractor has areas for us to stage, like a trailer or a truck or two. So this is page C1.1. As I'm scrolling through the drawings, you're going to see at each corner, there's an electrical company that's already given a price to put in the signals and stuff that need to go in. And you can see where all the squares are marked there. That's the area that they're removing. They're removing that whole area out on each corner. So there's sidewalk and ADA ramp to be removed. On C1.2, it says to match existing sidewalk. I'm trying to zoom in on that, making it tough. Match existing sidewalk. This gives a little better idea of what each one looks like. You can see, I think there's 2 ramps that come down on each side, so that way it connects to each crosswalk. Okay, so there's like 2 ramps and then sidewalk on both sides. Here's another example. There's another, or these are the four examples that we have that we need to follow. This is on C1.2. I will share these specific pages on Google Drive so that way we can look at each sidewalk ramp that has to go in. It's got lots of detail here, so we'll be able to get a good measurement on it. But that is on page C1.3. All 4 ramps on the corners. They got dimensions and everything, so this is great. So on A1.1, I have this zoomed out a little bit. Here's the parking lot, clubhouse. Here's that sidewalk that we're going to be taking out and then changing. Right there is the design of what the sidewalk looks like right now. And then we're changing that up. But if you go back here on this walkway, it takes you back into the back patio area, and there's grass that's in this rectangular spot right here. You got like a outdoor fire pit. It's like an oven that's out there. And in the middle, this grass is going to come out, and we're going to put concrete in there. So the one thing we can do is we'll put in a price to remove the grass that is in there. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. After I was talking to him, I think to keep this price real competitive for us, I'm going to have him remove the sod and have it ready for us to pour the concrete. We won't have to do any forming because there's concrete that goes around the outside of it. So we'll get a measurement on that, and medium broom finish is going in on that area too, and I'm going to show you that. So page A1.5 kind of shows you the new sidewalk that's in here, and then the walkway that goes back takes you back to here. I'm going to try to show where the best spot is to get back to this area. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to that back patio. But here's the clubhouse, and there's the sidewalk we're going to talk about that's getting removed and then replaced with new sidewalk. But if you walk back here, it takes you to the back patio. There's a road that's really close here to this area. So we've got some good access from that location in order to do this grassy area. Okay, pretty cool setup out here. But this is the scope of work right here where all this sod's getting taken out. We'll put in 4 inches of concrete in this area, broom finish. Okay, and you can see there's a sidewalk that comes right out to there where we can wheelbarrow the pieces out of here. This, I believe this road right here, I'm not positive on it, but I believe it's part of the talus wood, because you got talus wood that's across the road there, and then you have it right here. So I'm pretty sure we'll be able to park right here. I'm gonna have to ask to see if we need to get a street use permit in order to park along the side of the road here, okay? I have to set some cones up and move people over, potentially into the middle lane and over. But I'll check on that to see what we have to do there. But you come in on the sidewalk here. Looks like it's about, I don't know, about 60 feet or so, 60, 70 feet in. We might be able to have a line pump from the road right here, or maybe up in here. This might be better down in here, and just go right up through the grass and then pour that concrete right here. I think that's the easiest access to this area, is from the street right there to get this done. So this is about a 34 by 14. I'll give you the exact measurements on Workman's, but it's about 34 by 14 in this area, 4-inch depth, medium broom finish on this area. Okay. Back up so you can get a better look at it here. That's the concrete pad that we're putting in. And like I said, we won't do or be responsible for the restoration. Looks way too nice, and I don't want that on us to do that restoration, okay? All right, so there's the area right there that I was saying that we could run that line pump through. This area I think is going away. It's really cool looking, but they're taking it out and putting in a fire table. Okay, so I just left that area in the back of the clubhouse. Now I'm coming up here to the front to show you that sidewalk that we need to remove. So we'll have to have, these two stalls blocked off, plus this cross hatching. Probably be nice to have some of these stalls blocked off right here, and then also have this row of parking right in here, like 4 stalls blocked off as well. And here's the sidewalk that we are replacing. Okay, you can see it's all busted up right here, but we're going to end up doing a saw cut right about in this area here. I don't think we're going out to there. I'll have to look at the drawings, but I believe it's just right here. That's going to get cut. We're going to come all the way out to here, have this sidewalk removed all the way over to the corner there, and then right in here is where that door is going, and it's going to be new sidewalk running in here. So we're looking at about 24 foot by 3.5 foot sidewalk here that we'll be removing out of here and then putting back. We'll be putting back as broom finish with the dimensions that I'm going to give you. Okay, that's that for this area. Now I'm going to go take you up to the intersection. As I'm walking up here and looking out at that street, I was just in the back there. I'm about 99.99% sure that we'll have to get a street use permit to block it off down there. That's my guess. I don't think we'll have to have traffic control or anything. I just think we'll have to have cones set out and have to block that area so that we can pump that concrete into that patio area. All right, so I'm at the intersection of 236th Street Southwest and Cedar Way. This is where we'll be putting in new concrete. We're not doing the removal. We're just doing the placement. As I spoke to the contractor, I said, hey, if the electrical company can get all the stuff removed, get the grading done on all 4 intersections, get the traffic control, then we can put in the new sidewalk and the ADA ramps on all 4 sides here of the intersection. Okay. I think they're putting in some new push button signals out here, I think is what he said. I think it runs all the way back to here on this side. So you can see there's some iron there. Across the street, over on this side, 236th Street Southwest. All of this is getting taken out and redone. I can't remember if in the drawings it shows this being adjusted or not, but that's what it looks like here on this corner. Okay, so those are 2 of the corners here. I'll show you the other corners on both of those sides here in a second. Okay. Okay, so this is the other corner of the sidewalk here. This is, I believe, the northwest corner. Take you over here to the other side. Okay, so we got on this side. I think it stops down here in the drawings. So just giving you an idea of what it looks like on all four sides. Okay, so where this intersection's at, right through the grass here, is probably the closest area for us to be parked near the work area. So this whole cross-hatched area would probably be a spot where we could park, stage equipment. Probably have some of those stalls available too, because the work's right there. What? We'll probably have some closures, lane closures out there when trying to do the work. So I know we'll probably be out on the street too with our equipment, staging next to the scope of work. Okay, so I think that's it for now. I'll have the drawings saved on Google Drive. Quantities will be on Workman's. And then if you have any other questions, let me know. Like I said, this is going to be in October. And this contractor we've never worked for, but we're going to try to get them pre-qualified.